So let's suppose if you have a bar here, right? Now we have several types of, we call it as signs of strength and signs of weakness. Okay, all right.
All right.
So we have two signs. So let's cover sign of strength for now. Okay, the signs of strength are actually divided into two parts. Okay, signs of strength are actually divided into two parts. Number one, let's sign strength. Okay, and signs of strength simply means that the strength means the buyers. Got it? The buyers are coming from market. The weakness means the sellers are coming from market. Got it? So how can we identify by looking at the bars and volume that either the buyers are coming or sellers are coming? So in this topic, we will cover this kind of thing. Got it? So we will look the relationship between bars and volumes to identify whether that in that particular bar there is selling or a buying. Got it?
Okay.
All right. So we have two kinds of things. We have a background strength. Okay? We have a background sign of strength, and the second one is confirmation sign of strength. So, and we have a background sign of strength. Sign of strength. Okay. In short form, we call sign of strength. In Wyckoff term, Wyckoff used to give it a short name as SOS. SOS means signs of strength. And similarly, we have SOW, which is sign of weakness. Got it?
Yep, got it.
Okay. So major sign of strength is actually, background sign of strength is known as major sign of strength. We call it as MSOW. MSOS. M capital means major. Okay, major. And this one confirming in Wyckoff terms is known as M small, SOS, which means minor sign of strength. Got it? This is major.
Yep.
When the N is capital, we call it as a major sign of strength. Okay. And when the M is small, we call it as a confirming sign of strength or minor sign of strength. Okay. So, got it?
Yep.
So first, what you will see whenever the market is reversing, you will initially see the major sign of strength, which is the background sign of strength or major sign of strength. And then we need a confirmation sign of strength to go in that direction, which is we call it as minor sign of strength. Got it? So first of all, major will come and then the minor will come. After once we see major sign of strength and then we see minor sign of strength, after some time, we know that the market is going to reverse. Got it? And it will go up. For example, I give you an very simple example here. For example, a major sign of strength, this one here. A major sign of strength will be accompanied by a very high volume. Got it? This is a major sign of strength, and then market reversed. Now, similarly, once we draw this angle here, right, this support line, you will see a minor sign of strength. Minor sign of strength will be accompanied by either a low spread bar and low volume, or it will be accompanied by low spread or low range bar with a high volume. Got it? So you see here. Now you can see here the relation between here. At first we have a very high volume, and here at the confirmation we have a very low volume. You see it?
Okay.
So it means that once we see a high volume at the major point, at the major inflection point, and then this forms a support, and then we see a testing. Okay, this is a minor sign of strength, and we see a decrease in volume. The sellers are coming, decrease in volume. This confirms that we are going to reverse. Okay, now here as well, we see this many times. For example, here, this is a major sign of strength. You see, right over here, we see a major sign of strength with a huge volume in the background. This is known as a major sign of strength when you see a huge volume. What does it show you? background. And then after some time, we see the test of the same area. You see the test of the same area on a very low volume. You can see we have a low volume here as compared to this one, the sellers. Okay, we have very low volume here. So it means that the test is successful and the price will go down. Got it? So this one is the major sign of strength, and this one is the minor sign of strength. Cleared?
All right. Okay.
So major sign of strength will usually have, I will tell you what kind of conditions occur in a major sign of strength and what kind of conditions occur in a. Okay, now this one here, you see very huge volume, this bar and this bar, very huge volume, you can see here. And then we test this market right over here at this point. And what we see here as a test, small volume. Can you see? And there's a decline,
Yep.
there's a decline in volume. So this is a major sign of strength, this is a minor sign of strength, and after the market reversed. Okay, you will see again and again here. You see here, we have a huge volume here. You can see huge volume, major sign of strength. And then during the test, when we draw a resistance line and we tested the market right over here, what do we see here? Decrease in volume. So you see decrease in volume. This is major sign of strength, and this is minor sign of strength. Got it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This one here again, what happened? Once we go up here, now this is a reference point. Okay, let me draw this reference point and let me call this bar as an A, which is a very huge volume. Okay, I will mark it as A. All right. And I will also mark the volume of this A bar, which is this one. A. Okay, a very huge volume, you can see. And once the market tests this region here, we form an upthrust, right? This is upthrust. So we call it as B. Now you see the B, and B is this bar. And what happened to this bar B? A very small volume. Can you see? In the test? Yeah, this is a small volume. This shows us now what I mean to say that the testing volume, this testing volume should be lower than this volume. If it, for example, if somehow it becomes higher than this volume, then it will be retested. What happened? It will be retested again to confirm, because high volume means there is enough supply, there is enough demand. There is supply in the market, and this supply needs to be confirmed, so whether this is supply or not. So we need, for that, we need a low volume test. What we need? Low volume test. Low volume test is actually known as minor sign of strength or the confirming sign of strength. High volume or climax volume is known as, you got it? Climax volume, as I told you, climax volume, right? I think you know about climax volume, or extra high or ultra high volume is known as major sign of strength. So if major sign of strength, if this climax volume has to reverse the market, it needs to be confirmed. This climax volume needs to confirm this low volume test. There should be a low volume test. If there's a high volume test, it means the market will not reverse. It will retest it again. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. And now you can see. Now we see, and now see, go and see the part C, which is this one, C. Bar C. If you confirm and see the bar C here, which is this one, this is bar C. Now you compare the volume of A and B. A and B. What happened? This is A. Okay. Now, as I move from A to B, just testing, what happens to the volume? Volume decrease. Am I right?
Yep.
How about C? If this is C, if I compare A to C volume, the volume has again, we have to compare A to C, okay, because this is a high volume. So we need to compare the high volume context with the low volume test. So this shows us that the market will reverse. Got it? Now here, if I form, the high volume was formed right over here, right? Okay. So here, this is high volume. We call it as, let's suppose, D. This one is D. All right. And this one testing volume is E. Can you see the volume? The testing volume, when this one tests this region and then reversed up, what happened? What happened to the volume at ED, at E? The volume has decreased, right?
Yeah.
So this shows us that the market will reverse, okay? So this one is the major sign of strength, or we call it as MSOS, major sign of strength. Okay, and this one is minor sign of strength. Got it?
Yep. Got
And
it.
one more thing, strength. Remember one thing, this is a very important rule. Strength occurs on the bottom. Okay, weakness occurs at the top. Okay, that's why whenever you see the high volume at the top and then you see the this I told you before, this bar is closing on the mid. Where is this extra volume coming from? This is from the sellers, right? You remember, they are very high volume, right?
Yeah.
So this is actually strength coming into the market, and this strength is confirmed with a low volume, and then this means that there is okay. So what happened? It's a very simple analogy, right? Now we have a strength in the background here, but we also have a supply because this is red bar. Am I right? So there is
Yep.
still a selling in this bar. There is actually buying on this bar. Okay, there is buying from the below, but there is also selling from the top. Am I right? On this bar. Now this selling needs to be reduced. This selling needs to be reduced. Okay, and how will we know that this selling is reduced? How will we know that the selling on this bar selling is reduced? Low volume test. Got it?
Okay.
Low volume test
Okay.
will confirm us that the selling, which was indeed a selling here, the selling has already finished over here, and now the buyers will emerge. Easy?
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Here as well, we have top, we have buying over here. We will say we have a buying over here, but still after buying, what happened? We have a huge bar, huge spread bar, but after we have a series of down bars. So it means there is also selling on top of the bar, but there is also buying, extra buying. So we need to confirm that this buying is diminished or reduced. How will we know this buying is reduced? By low volume test. You see, as we go up and test this bar, we see a low volume as compared to this context of this climatic volume. When the volume reduces as compared to the to the major sign of strength volume or the climatic volume, this shows us that the buyers have reduced, and now the sellers will dominate the market and the price will go down. Simple.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can see over and over again in this chart, again and again. You can see a huge volume here on this bar. On these two bars, we have a huge volume. This is two bar. This is two bar top reversal. Okay, we have a very huge volume. You see a huge volume on the top. And then as we see, you see, we call these two bars, or both of these two bars. Okay, you see, we have a huge volume of these two bars. What we call it as A. Okay, you see volume here A. And now what happened? The testing here, this is test bar. What happened at this bar when it's tested here? And it closes on the mid. Can you see? It closes on the mid. It does not close on the high or low, it closes on the mid. So it means there is selling coming over this bar. And this is C, which is this bar is C. Now you compare the volume.
Low volume.
You compare the volume.
Descending.
Yeah. The volume is decreasing, diminishing. So it means that indeed the buyers have lost the power or strength. So what will happen? The weakness appears on the top and that will drive the market down. Got it? So this one here is a major sign of strength. This one is the minor sign of strength. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let me tell you in a situation where the sign of strength actually is not a sign of strength. Okay, there are situations like this. Okay. Now let's suppose this. We see this huge volume here. Let's suppose we see this context. It's a huge volume. Okay, we draw the support here. All right. Now we are waiting for the market to go up and test this region, here test. Now you see the volume here. What happened during the breakout? Volume is almost same or increased. Am I right?
Yep.
So this means that there is still a selling in the bar. There is not buying. It's actually selling. Got it? If there was buying, then this breakout or test should have a low volume. The volume should reduce. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. And now you see this. Here we have a huge volume. The price went up. You see here at these bars, very huge volume, and then the price went up after. And after that, we test the market here. What happened to this bar? From this bar to this bar, what happened? Volume reduced. If you compare this volume here and this volume here, what you will see? Reduced volume. So what does it show you? It means that the sellers have reduced. Okay, the strength is coming into the market from the bottom. Got it? The strength is confirmed here. So this is major sign of strength, this is minor sign of strength. And after minor sign of strength, you will see the market will rise. Got it?
All right.
Okay. Now, we can also draw the structure here. If you draw the structure here like that uptrend channel or whatever, right? Okay. Now, if I draw the structure here, how would I know that the market, it will form into a distribution or it will form into an accumulation? This range. This is confusing, right? How will I know
Yeah.
that? Okay, how will I know that it will actually be this one or this one? You see this one point. This point, what do we have on the top? On the top, what do we have? This one here. A. The volume here is this one. Okay, small volume. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, and as we go up to the test of this region bar, which occurs over here, what do we see? Increase in volume. So what does it show you? The volume should decrease, not increase, right? You see this bullish bar,
Yeah.
increasing volume. So it shows us that there is buying in the background. And now you see here we have low volume. You see, at this bar we have a low volume. Now you compare this volume here. Now we have already formed an opinion of the buyer that they are buyers in the market. Now let's see about sellers. You see here sellers, see this volume, huge volume, and now we tested this volume over here. And what happens to the volume? Increase or decrease?
Increase.
Increase. So what does it show you? There's still a selling in the bar, right? So we need to retest it. What happens when we need to retest it, right? So and then after that we see the bullish bar. So once we see the increased volume, we wait for the retest. This is retest here. And now you see the volume on the retest. What happened? Reduced or increased?
Reduce.
Yeah, so it means that the buying is confirmed because the selling is reduced, so the buying is confirmed. Got it?
Yep.
Got it?
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing is, what do we see here? So this one. Now, if you compare this one here, this huge background here, you see huge volume on the top. So this is actually buying or selling. Because if it was selling, it would go down, right, on the huge volume. But after huge volume, we saw the market reverse. So it is actually buying. Am I right?
Yeah.
So it is buying in the background. So this is major sign of strength. MSOW, major sign of strength. And now we see that the price ranges. And after this, we test here. This is first test, second test, third test. And each of these tests, what do we see? From the background, from the major point, we see that the volume is reduced. So it confirms us that this is actually an redistribution, sorry, reaccumulation. Right?
Okay.
And you can see there's an
Yep.
S shape. From there, we can also see that the volume is forming an S shape, as I told you in the morning webinar. Can you see? And
Yep,
then
I
at
see
the
it.
breakout, you can see that the volume will increase at the breakout. It's increased. You see, it's increased as a big drop. So all of these signs shown us that this is actually reaccumulation. Now, if you see this part here, this is a reaccumulation or redistribution. How would you know? This is accumulation or redistribution. If you draw this channel here, let's suppose. Now you see a huge bar here. What happens?
High volume.
Hmm?
High volume.
We have a high volume over here. Okay. So A part. We have a high volume here, and then we have a high volume at the top as well. Here as well, right?
Yes.
This part actually high volume, high volume. Both parts have a high volume, right? So we'll compare. Now, once we test this region, high volume, and after this B, which is this one part, this is B. What happened to the next part when it tested this region? This is test part. What happens here? The volume is reduced. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and here at the same point, we see the volume at the test of this bar is also very high. Am I right? It's not lower than this bar. It's high volume. It's still lower than this, but still a high volume as compared to this moving average. Can you see?
Yeah.
So it means that the selling has not reduced. Who is in control, buyer or seller? Sellers are in control because buying is reducing, selling is increasing. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
if you put the wise wave indicator, it will give you much more better opinion in the market. So what I suggest is that you put both volume and wise wave together. So if you are unable to read the volume, the wise wave will help you. Got it? To make a sense of the chart.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I just go to settings, and I will trend direction line should be put to 1. Okay. Now you will see here. Okay. Volume here, huge volume here, and see the test volume. You see? Compare what happened during the test volume here. Huge volume. So volume during the test increase. Am I right?
Yep.
So it means that I told you the testing volume should decrease, not increase. If it has to reverse and go up, it should decrease, but it's increasing over there. But how about the selling volume? Sorry, the buying volume. The buying volume is decreasing. You can see decreasing on the top. You can see here as well, decreasing. Okay. So what happens? So it means that actually the price will go down. And once we see this range bar, we will go a short position here. We have confirmed that it's a short position, and we will take our short trade. Got it?
Yep. Got it.
Okay. Now, this is what I want to tell you about shortening. Okay. Now we have different kinds of bar. We have a different names of it. Okay. So I will tell you the two parts as I told you. Now you already know major sign of strength and minor sign of strength. Got it? MSOW, major, sorry. MSOS, major sign of strength. MSO, MSOS, major sign of or minor sign of strength. So the major sign of strength would be, first of all, we call it as buying climax. Okay. All right. Or we can also say it as plus overbought and an or overbought. Okay, this is a major sign of strength. Got it? Buying climb is the major sign. And what is the minor sign of strength? The minor sign of strength would be, let's suppose, spring. You know spring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a spring. Then we have test of spring. Okay. And then we have no demand. I will tell you what is no demand. Okay. And then we have effort with no effort versus no result. Okay. Effort versus no result. Okay. So these are the minor sign of strength. Now I will tell you what is actually spring. Spring. There is another one thing which is known as hidden spring. Okay, hidden spring, or we can also call it as hidden test, whatever you want to name it. Okay, a spring will often have the
All right.
structure like this. Okay, spring can be one bar. Okay, a spring can occur over one bar, or can also occur over two bars. Got it? The action of spring can be like this. For example, we have this resistance here. Okay, this support here. The price goes down. Okay, the price goes down, and then immediately reverses up. So this is 2 bar spring. Okay, 2 bar spring.
Okay.
Got it? And this is also spring. This is 1 bar spring. The price goes down. Okay, and then immediately reverses up. The key reversal. This is also spring. So spring can have like a 2 bar setup or even a 1 bar setup. Okay.
Okay.
Any problem?
No.
Okay. So we have a hidden spring, we have a test of spring, we have a no demand, effort versus no result. And then we also have this one as shakeout. We also call it as shakeout. Okay, I will tell you what is shakeout. And then we have the third one, major sign of strength, as stopping volume. Okay, and the last one is JAC. We call it as pushing through supply. Pushing through supply. Okay, I will tell you each one of it. What is buying climax, what is shakeout, what is stopping volume. Similarly, I will also tell you about these things as well. So first of all, let's cover the shakeout. Okay, first of all, buying climax. Okay, all right. Now buying climax, I will tell you the characteristics of the buying climax. Buying climax can be 1 bar action or 2 bar action. Okay. Got it? It can be 1 bar action or 2 bar action. So what are the characteristics of buying climax? Number one characteristic is it will have highest spread as let me write down. Let me remove this portion. Okay. So buying climax characteristics. Number one, it will have highest spread as compared to other local bars. This is very important. It will have higher spread. Spread means range. Spread means range. Okay, you will see that the range of the bar or the spread of the bar will be the highest one as compared to other preceding bars. Like just compare last 10 to 15 bars, and you will see that the buying climax bar will have the highest spread. So this kind of bar will stick to the eye. It will stick prominently to the eye. Got it? Because it will have the last spread. Okay. Second characteristic is number two. It occurs during either during overbought or SOT. Got it? It actually occurs during overbought or shortening of thrust. Only you will see such kinds of. Okay. Got it? Okay. The third one is it will have extremely high volume. Okay. Number 4, one is it will either close off the highs or on the mid. So what do I mean by close off the highs or on the mid? It's like this. For example, it will a huge bar. It will either close right over here near the high, or it can also close on the mid. Got it?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. And but there's one more case here. Five. If it closes on the high, let's suppose if it closes on the high, let's suppose if it closes like this, which is very high and high volume, and it is a very high volume. So what is the case in that point? And it's a very high volume. If it closes on the high, then the next bar should be bearish bar to establish an opinion that there was indeed selling in the previous bar, in the previous bullish bar. That is why the next bar was bearish. Got it? Do you understand?
Yep. Understand.
So for example, if it's a bullish bar, it's a buying client's bar, and it's closed on the high, because it should either close off the high right over here, 25% below the high, or it should close 50%, which is mid of the bar. Okay. But if let's suppose if it does not close off the high or on the mid, then if it instead close on the high, then the next bar which follows after it should be a bearish bar. Got it? If it's a bearish bar, then it confirms that this extra bullish volume and this bullish bar was indeed there was selling in this bar. Because if there was selling, if there was not selling, if there was selling in the bar, that's why the next bar here, the next bar that occurred after this bar was a bearish bar. Am I right? That's why they were selling this bar. Got it?
Yep. Okay.
But let's suppose if the next bar is not, there is not selling, and the next bar is also bullish. So what this is it shows us that there was actually buying in this bar. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. So I show you the Climax bar, very easy to detect. This is Climax bar. You see, it closed on the low. And how about the next bar? You see, this is what? This is, previously we discussed buying Climax. This is what? This is selling Climax, opposite. Okay, so let me show you buying Climax here. This here, you see, this is buying Climax. All of these bars, it is occurring in 2 to 3 bars, buying Climax. Okay, due to this buying Climax, what happened? The next bar was down. Okay, and you can see it closes on the, and it has a very high one on the top. You see, first of all, these bar. If you combine all of these bars, and then you will see that we have a highest volume here. Am I right?
Yeah.
And
right.
if we also draw the channel like this, we can see that it was overbought. Got it? So this is actually a buying Climax. So buying Climax is a major sign of trend. So let me see another buying Climax. See here, very huge bar. Okay, as compared to these bars is average or huge bar, very huge bar. This one is also huge bar, and then they're selling in the bar. You see, but you will say that, oh, the next bar here is not down bar because it's closing off the highs. It's closing off the highs. So that's why even if the next bar is the up bar, it does not matter because there is still selling on the top. Am I right?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Now let me show you another one. This one here, you see, there is selling on the bar. Why is it selling on the bar? You see, because it's closing on the of the lows. It's not closing on the highs. It's closing 25% below the high. So they're selling on, there's a very huge volume here. So this is this one. And when it tested this region, it went down. Got it?
Okay.
So this is buying Climax. Okay. And this one is what? Selling Climax or buying Climax? This is selling Climax.
Selling.
Selling Climax is exact opposite of buying Climax. Okay. Now this was buying Climax, right? So this is done. Buying Climax done. Okay. Now I will talk about shakeout. What is shakeout? Okay. Shakeout is a very simple bar. For example, you are going in an uptrend. You will see that the price is going in an uptrend like this. Okay, the price is going in an uptrend. And then suddenly there is a down bar with a huge volume and the price will reverse one. With a huge volume at the down bar is known as shakeout. Got it? For example,
Okay.
I tell you here, I show you the shakeout. Now you see here, the price is going up, right? Now you see here, this down bar. Can you see this down bar with a huge volume? And then after that, the price reversed. This is shakeout. Now the price is going up and then this down bar, okay, and huge volume, okay, this is, and then the next bar reverse, this is shakeout. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. Shakeout here. Shakeout are very, very visible. Hold on. Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
So shakeout will be similarly, as I told you, will be like this. Okay. You will see an up bar, let's suppose. Okay. An uptrend here. Okay, we are an uptrend. All right. So as I told you that this is impulsive wave and this is a corrective wave. During impulsive wave, the volume will increase, right? During corrective wave, the volume will decrease, right? But suddenly you will see that the volume is decreasing, but at the end of the point, you will see a bar, a small down bar, okay? Or it can be a huge bar, which will have extra high volume. It will have very huge volume. And then after that, there was a bullish bar and the market will reverse. Got it? So this bar is actually known as shakeout. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, for example, I'll just show you shakeout here. Let me spot any uptrend, downtrend here. Go there. Yeah, here. You see here? This one. Okay. You see here the price is going up. And then suddenly you see this huge bar, huge volume, and then the price reversed again. This is shakeout. This is shakeout. Got it? After the price reverse shakeout. Okay. All right. And then I have, you see this very common in an uptrend. See here. So this is what? Here I cannot find shakeout. This is shakeout. Can you see here? And you will see that the shakeout bar will close on the, like this. Will close on the mid or of the lows. Got it? They will be buying in the bar and you will see huge volume. Got it? And then after that, the price will reverse. This is shakeout.
Okay.
Okay. Now let me show you more shakeouts. You will see high volume actually. This one is not a shakeout because it's rejecting over the top. It's not rejecting the bottom. The shakeout will reject the bottom. Got it? It's not a shakeout. Do you understand why it's not a shakeout?
Can
Number
you explain?
one, number one, it is actually this bar goes up and then reverse from the top. So this is actually a key reversal. So it is actually a selling bar. Got it? And then this bar closes on the lows, not off the lows. Or the off the lows means if this bar closes right over here at this portion, then you will say it's selling bar. This is selling bar. This is not a shakeout. Got it?
Yeah.
This one here, this is shakeout. Can you see the close of this bar? Where it is closing of these both
In
bars?
the middle.
And you see the volume. It's closing on the mid or
High
on the
volume.
high. Yeah, high volume. This is shakeout. Now you see, compare this bar and this bar. Both have high volume, but it's closing on the low. And this is closing off the lows, or you can say on the mid. You can see very high volume closing on the low. This is not a shakeout. This is shakeout. Got it? So
Yep.
where does the bar close? It's also very important. You need to also see where the bar is closing. Okay, this is shakeout. See where it's closing. This is what? This is not a shakeout. Got it? So that's why many people who will say, okay, they will try to buy this. They're actually wrong because it's not a shakeout. This shows that there's a seller in the market. This one is opposite of shakeout. Okay, this is known as flake off. Flake off is opposite of shakeout. Okay, is just like the shakeout, but it is bullish bar. So it shows that it's a downward momentum. Got it?
Yep, got it.
Yeah, now we are in uptrend. Let's see an uptrend here. This one here, shakeout. Can you see? Shakeout. How it's closing and high volume. Shakeout. This one, this is also a shakeout. Now, why it's a shakeout? Because the next, it came down and the next value it reversed. Can you see? So this 2-bar shakeout. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. And you will see here, this is not a shakeout. It's closing on the lows. So you will basically see shakeouts in an uptrend. See this bar. This is shakeout or not? This is shakeout.
No.
Now, this you will, yes. Now try to understand it. Now, this one is a very high volume. Yes, it closes high. Okay. And it closes on the low. It appears not to be a shakeout, but see the previous bar, how it closes. And you see
In
the
the
volume.
middle. High
And you see
volume.
the volume. Very high volume, small spread, high volume. It shows that there is a hidden buying in this bar, right? And the next bar reversed. So all of this shows that this is a shakeout process. Got it? Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
So did you understand shakeouts now? Hello?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Now the third one is then stopping volume. Stopping volume is similarly like shakeout. Stopping volume will be like this. Okay, you will see huge volume and the price goes like closes off the lows here. And then you will see that as the price goes down and down, okay, the lows are moving higher and higher. Got it? First it closed on the low, then it closed on the mid, then closed off. So this all three process known as stopping volume. Okay, I show you stopping volume and it will have high spreads. For example, stopping volume, let me show you. This is shakeout. You know that. Now this is not a shakeout, right? Now this has both characteristics. This also has a shakeout property and also top property. So this bar over here, because it is closing on the low and the next bar reverse, so it is a shakeout from this part. Okay, so it will test here, but it is also because it is also closing on the lows and it's rejecting the top, so it means there are buyers on the top as well. So it is acting as both supply and demand. So when the price tests this, it will go up. When the price rejects it will go down. Got it?
Okay.
So this is a 2-bar action in the bar. The bar is acting as both supply and demand. Okay. Now you will see stopping volume like this. Let me show you stopping volume. You see, this is stopping volume. Now you see these both bars. You see these both bars here. These both bars have same spread. They have same spread, their volume, but the second bar volume is increased. And you see the low. The first bar closed on the low and the second bar closed on the mid. The mid is shifted up. So it means that this is stopping volume. Something is stopping the down move. That's why it's known as stopping volume. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. You will see this again and again. For example, show you another one. Stopping volume. This one here. This is stopping volume. You see the bars are coming down, volumes is increasing. And then as we go down and down, you see the lows here, they shifted upward. Below it was so close on the low, and now it's close on the high or near the high. Am I right? This is stopping
Yes.
volume. Okay. So all of these stopping volume or the shakeout or the buying or the selling climax. Okay. All of them will have, I must call it as, okay, all right. All of them, right? Okay, shakeout and all those things, all of them will have this one, right? Stopping volume. All right. Now pushing through supply, major sign of strength. Pushing through supply simply means very simple. Okay. Now you will see that we have a support and resistance. The price goes, this is supply, right? This is demand. Am I right?
Yes, correct.
So demand is also known as support, and supply is also known as resistance. So pushing through supply means it breaks through the resistance on high volume. This is known as pushing through supply. Got it? For example, I show you here. Let me draw a support and resistance here. Let's suppose I have support resistance here. Sorry, it should be like this. Okay, support and resistance. Now, as you see, as we go up, what happens? As we go up during this entire move, what happens from the down? Volume increasing, right? This scenario is known as pushing through supply. Got it?
Yep, got it.
Yeah, pushing through supply. And how about this one? This one, we have a demand here. And as we go down, we see increase in volume. Can you see? As we go down from here to here, we see increase in volume. What this process is known as? This is what? This is supply, this is demand. So we call it as falling through demand. Got it? Falling through demand is exact opposite of pushing through supply.
Okay.
Okay. So this is also a major sign of strength. So what happens when we see a major sign of strength pushing supply, the market will test. And you see the volume over here. You see this is test here. You see the volume over this bar is very high, increasing. But on the test bar, the volume decreases. Can you see?
Yep.
So
Yep.
it means that there are no buyers and the sellers are dominating the market. So testing volume is lower. Now, how about this volume? Is this bullish volume or the bearish volume? This one. A very high volume.
Bearish.
This is bearish volume. Because why? Because it is having a small spread and huge volume. So this extra volume is coming from the sellers. Plus, it is closing on the mid or
Low.
below the mid, right? Below the mid. So it means that
Okay.
actually this high volume is coming from the sellers. So this situation is known as flake off. Flake off is opposite of shakeout. Okay. Because shakeout occurs in the down move, flake off occurs in the up move. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Yes, hello. Got it?
Yep.
So we have already learned about all of these things. Now we have hidden spring. Hidden spring, test of spring, no demand efforts nodes. I will tell you what does it. Okay, these are the confirming minor sign of strength. Okay. Now let me show you. Let me remove this. Okay. Make chart more bigger. All right. So first of all, we have a no demand here. No demand. No demand is a bar. Okay, it is small spread bar whose volume is lower than the previous two bars. This is very important. No demand will have the volume lower than the previous two bars. Okay, can you see here? This one, this is no demand. Can you see this small volume here?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
no
yeah.
demand. This is no demand. Got it? And can you see this one here? This is no demand because the volume is lower than the previous two bars. Can you see clearly?
Yep.
Okay, all right. And this one here, this volume here, this is also no demand. Can you see? The volume is lower than the previous two
Yeah.
bars. This is no demand.
Yeah.
Again, and every time when you see the no demand, you see the price is going up. Am I right? Testing, it goes up. After no demand, it goes up. So this is a minor sign of strength, no demand here. Okay. But this no demand will not count. Why? Because no demand should occur. The second thing is no demand should occur on the down move. Okay. No demand should occur on the down move. But this no demand occurs on the up move, so it will not be significant. This one, yes, we have a no demand. It occurs on down. You see how the bar is lower than this one. Got it?
Okay.
And here
Okay.
you see here. Can you identify another no demand? Yeah, here you see. Here we have a high volume here. Okay, this is no demand. Can you see? No demand.
Yeah.
This one here. Here we have a series of no demand. We have this no demand, this one. This is also no demand. This is also no demand. Got it? And the price reversed. Okay. Now here we have no demand here. You can see no demand. You can see easily here. Can you see? No demand. Here we can see no demand. And this one, not this one, sorry, this one. This one is no demand. Right? And you see its volume here, no demand. Sorry. Okay, now this one here, not no demand. This is no demand here. Can you see how the no demand is sticking out? The volume is lower than the previous two bars. It is down bar. Okay, got it? Hello.
Yep. Got it.
Now the other part is this is done. No demand is done. Effort versus no result. Effort versus no result is similar like no demand. It's similar, but it will have higher volume. Got it? The spread is low, but the volume will be higher. Effort versus no result. I think I told you about this before as well. Okay.
Yeah.
For example,
You told
this
me
one.
before.
For example, this bar. You see this bar here. It is a down bar. Okay. It's a bearish bar, but you see its volume. It's very small spread bar, but see its volume. Very huge volume. So this is effort versus no result. This extra volume from the bears is actually coming from where? Buyers. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this one. You see this one? Very, very easy to stick out. See here. We have a same spread. The spread of this bar is same to this one and this one and this one. But you see the volume, a very huge volume. This is effort versus no result. We call it as effort versus no result. Okay. So,
all right.
If we combine this one, what is this one? Shakeout bar. Am I right?
Yeah.
And this is actually a selling climax, right? So if we join this bar here, what do we see here? Again, a high volume. So we join another bar here, like this. Now you see exactly on this bar, after when we see a very high volume, when you see a high volume over here, very huge volume over here, and huge volume over here, the price came and test this region. And what do we see? Effort versus no result bar, right?
Yes.
But if you compare the volume of effort versus no result with this one, what would you see? It's decreasing. Am I right?
Yeah.
So it shows us that the price will reverse. Got it? Yes, we have effort versus no result, but the effort versus no result volume is actually lower than the selling climax volume. Got it?
Got it.
Now, if we compare here, this one here, this is shakeout, right? And this bar here, this one, okay, this one is actually no demand. So this bar testing this no demand will tell us the price will go up. Here as well, what do we have? A very small volume, not significant. But here at this bar, what do we have? Effort versus no result. Am I right?
Yeah. Right.
And the high volume was observed over here. After that, we see a no demand over here. Okay. And then we have effort versus no result. So we can go long over this part. We can buy here or we can buy. Okay. Now you see here again, we have a huge volume. And what do we see? Very huge volume here. Okay, right? And then what do we see here? Same as this, as the price came down and tested. What do we see here? Sorry. Where did I go? Where was it? Yeah. What do we see here? Can you tell me?
Low.
No
effort.
demand. No demand. Got it? And
Okay.
what happened after no demand? High volume. This is a very high volume, so it is a shakeout. After shakeout, we see a test of the bar, which is no demand. And after no demand, the price rise. Am I right?
Yeah.
The price rise, and the price will actually fall from after the price reaches this area, this top on this bar, because it was also high volume over here. So we cannot neglect this. So we can draw the straight line from here as well. It's a high volume. And as the price reaches this area, what do we see here? This is what? the spread of this bar is higher than this bar. Am I right? But the volume, sorry, the spread of this bar is lower than this bar, the previous bar, but the volume is same. So it is what? Effort versus no result. Am I right?
Yes.
Effort versus no result. Low spread bar, huge volume. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. Effort versus no result. And if you compare the volume of this one, effort versus no result, this is effort versus no result here. If you compare this volume and this volume, it is decreasing or increasing? If you compare volume here and volume, decreasing. So it means that there will be a sellers coming to market. Got it?
All right.
Okay. And now let's suppose if we draw here, we see a very huge volume and the price closes on the of the highs. So we will draw a straight line from here. Am I right? And second thing, as we go up, we see another high volume on top and price close off the highs and the price is reversed. So we will also draw another line from here. Got it? Now we have two regions. Now as we break down on a high volume, we did not test it. We keep on breakdown and then we see this bar. Okay, we see this bar here. All right. When we see this bar here, what do we see? This one. You see the price came down this bar and then go back up and test here. Can you see here test no demand here? Can you see no demand? As there's no demand, it shows us that it will be a buy trade. Got it? And from here, as we are testing the market, right over here, because we also form a supply. This is one here, we also form a supply over here because there's a huge volume here as well. So what do we see here? Can you tell me? We see effort versus no result over here. We see no demand, no supply over here. Can you see? No supply. Now what is no supply? No supply is opposite of no demand. Okay. No supply is small spread bullish bar whose volume is lower than previous two bars. So actually no demand is a bearish bar, okay, whose volume is lower than the previous two bars. No supply is a small spread bullish bar whose volume is lower than the previous two bars. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. So this you can see over here. If you just compare that we have a sign of strength here, you can see we have a strength here on the market here. Okay, we also have a high volume over here. So we will draw these two lines and we will see how the market tests this region and this region. We will see it. So the first time the price test this region was here. What happened here? Can you tell me? What this bar is called? Effort versus no result. Am I right?
Yeah.
And after this, so you can sell your trade over here. The next bar was what? Can you tell me? No supply. Am I right? Another selling opportunity. And then the third bar was also no supply. Can you see? No supply. Right? The fourth selling opportunity. Now the fifth bar here. What do we see? Average spread bar. Okay, average spread bar as compared to these bars, this spread is very, very similar, but we have high volume, right? How about this bar here?
Yeah.
You see how we are testing the bar, this bar, effort versus no result. Can you see? Very small spread bar, but very huge volume, right? So you see each of these bars are sell orders. And every time when we see this volume, you can compare from here because this is the highest volume which we take, right? This one and this one. You can compare this volume from here. It's decreasing or increasing? It's decreasing. Every time as we go down and test the market, it's decreasing. Am I right? The volume is decreasing as compared to this part. As compared to this part, the volume over here, yes, this is effort versus no result, but it is decreasing. The volume is decreasing. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. This is how we can just got it here. Okay. Now this is a 2-bar reversal. Now you see here. Yeah, this one here, you see, we have a bullish wave here, and you see that the price closes on, we have a significant high volume. You can see the volume is increased here. We draw a line here, and right exactly we are on the uptrend. And when we test this market, what do we observe? What do we observe? No demand. Am I right? And
Yeah.
exactly after the no demand, the price rallied up after testing the price. And the volume of this no demand is actually lower than this one. Am I right?
Yep.
The initial hedge point. Now we have a huge volume on the top side. We have this one here. All right. And the price is testing here. So this is effort versus no result right over here. Effort versus no result. Okay, because the bar of this volume and this volume is equally similar, but the volume here is very high. So this effort versus no result, and the price reversed. Okay. Now, as we go up and we see this high volume here, we test this region right away. Right now, you see and notice this part. Notice this bar here. How is the volume of this bar? The spread of this volume is like they are similar, right? They're similar here. This is a huge bar, this is a small bar,
Yep.
and we have a similar spread, but the volume is high over here.
Right.
So this is effort versus no result. Got it?
Yep. Got it.
Now you see this bar here. This bar here. After the testing, the price goes down, and then you see this bar. What happens in this bar? No. It's actually a no demand. Sorry, no supply. See this bar here. As the price goes up and it touches the moving average, what do you see here? When it touches the moving average, can you see? No demand. Yeah, correct. Here, this is not a no demand. Okay, because this volume is not higher than lower than the previous two bars. This volume is actually higher than the first bar. So it's not no demand. So we will not take position, but it is ideal position to take here. How about this volume? This is a high volume here, very high volume, you can see. And then price reversed, and then price came and tested this region right over here. What happened to the volume?
No demand.
No demand. And then the price reversed. Got it? So these are, and how about this one? We have a huge volume here. Okay, we have a huge buying here. Okay, we have a huge volume from the downside here, from this side. And what happened to this bar? Can you tell me? This bar test this region. Now you see the spread of this bar, the length of this bar and length of this bar, they both are equal, but see the volume. The volume is increased. So it means this extra volume is coming from the buyer. So this is effort versus no result. Got it?
Okay.
And you will see effort after effort versus no result. And you will also see that the volume of this one is decreased from here, right? It's decreased. Yes, the volume is increased here, but as compared to this one, this selling volume, selling climax, the volume is decreased. Am I right?
Yeah, correct.
So this is effort versus no result. So on effort versus no result, you will see increased volume, but that increased volume will be decreased, will be less than the original selling climax volume. Got it? So you know now how to take the position, where to take the position. So this no demand, no supply, or effort versus no result, or the hidden spring, these are the things that are the entry points. We call them entry points. These are the points where you will either put sell trade or buy trade. Got it? For example, here we have this huge bar here. What do we see here at this bar? This bar, you see this bar. What happens here? This is what? No supply. Am I right?
Okay.
Right? This is no supply, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the volume is lower than the previous two bars. No supply. And if you compare this volume with this volume, if you compare this volume of the high of this volume and compare with this one, it's reduced. So this is the point where you will take buy and short trades. Sell and got it?
Yep.
Now,
Understand.
where would you take the trade? Now, as you go up, you will take the trade here, you will take the trade here, you will take the trade. This is not effort versus no result. Got it? Because the volume, the bar is increased, the length is increased, volume is increased. If you see this, but how about this one? Here, here, here. So where will you take the position? Right over here. This is your point of position. Got it? You see? What do we see here? Here, effort versus no result. This is the point where you will sell. You will not sell here, you will not sell here, you will not sell here, you will not sell here. You will actually sell on this point because this is effort versus no result. Got it?
Yep. Got it.
Yeah. So you will take your position here and you will sell the market. Okay. Here as well, we have this one here, huge volume to the upside here, and we are buying. We are consistently buying. But the thing is, where would we buy? Would we buy here? Would we buy here? Which candle would we buy? Now we see after this huge volume, we kept on going up and up and up, right? There is no way where we see this no demand or effort is no. But here at this point, what do you see? Effort, no demand. Am I right? And
Yeah,
if you
correct.
compare the no demand volume with this volume, you will see that the volume is reduced. So this is the point where you will buy your trade. Got it? So minor
Yep.
sign of supply, minor sign of strength and minor sign of weakness gives you entry signal. Major sign of strength and major sign of weakness give you the direction of the market, which direction the market will be. Got it? Now, let me
Yep.
give you another total trade here. Let me just, now I draw a channel here, okay? See how I will trade this channel. So, sorry. Okay, so these are a channel here. I will join this and this is overbought. Am I right? I have observed overbought over this region. And after I've observed over this button, I will draw the line over here. Now, which point I will sell? I will sell on this point, I will sell on this point, I will sell on this point. You see the volume here is same spread, but very high volume. Am I right?
Yeah, correct.
This is the point where I will put my sell trade. Okay, and target just 3, 1, whatever I'm targeting. So even if I go further, you will see my stop loss was never hit and it went more down. And again, if I draw here another line here at this point, what happens? Now you see this point. As we go up, what do we see here? Effort versus no result. Am I right? On this bar. And this bar, you see this bar. What is this bar? This bar is known as hidden upthrust. Or key reversal. And you see the volume of this bar, very low spread, and you see the volume. Am I right? This is effort versus no result. Effort versus no result. This is the bar where I will sell the market. Or if I miss this trade, let's suppose if I am unable to take this trade and I miss the opportunity, I went down and the price retains up. And now I see another bar here. And I see there's a huge selling in the bar. Okay, there is huge selling. You see, this is what? What is this? Pushing through supply. Sorry, pushing through demand, falling through demand. Am I right? The price is falling through the support line and on increased volume. And after that, when I test this volume, what I see here, this third part, no supply, right? And after no supply, I'm short. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. And let's suppose if we are here, okay, got it. We see this volume. Now, where would we sell the market? Would we sell here? Would we sell here? Would we sell here? We would sell it at this point. See, low spread bar, huge volume. This is the point I will sell my short. I will put short here. My stop loss would go on the last high, which is this one high. This is the last high here. So I will my stop loss, and my take profit will go down. Got it?
Yep, got it.
Yeah, this is how. So I think you got an idea about short sign of weakness and sign of strength already. So we will continue later on. Okay, so I will pause your notes. Okay, so let's end the session now. Got it? Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Do you have any confusion in this session?
No, I think this is good.
Yeah, you see here, we can easily identify this is actually sticking on my eyes. What is this? Effort versus no result. This is what? Shakeout. Can you see shakeout? Shakeout.
Yeah.
This is what? Effort versus no result. You see? This bar. Small bar and huge volume. Effort versus no result. So after effort versus no result, price went up. How about this one? Effort versus no result. Can you see?
Yeah.
and price went up. This is what? No demand. Can you see? No demand. And price went up. Got it? So you see several situations like this. This is what? No demand. Can you see no demand here? This one was a no demand here. No demand. You see no demand. And after no demand, what do we see? Effort versus no result. Can you see? Effort versus no result.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we can buy over here as well. We can buy over here as well at the no demand. We can also buy on effort. No result. Okay. These are two entry points. So it's up to you whether you buy here or buy here. Your stop loss will be here, the last one. So if I buy over here, let's suppose my stop loss will be placed right over here and I will go long. My last high, right? My last high would be this one. So I will just take out and I will see here. Okay, so there are several ways to execute the trade. The first trade, I will draw the channel here. Okay, of course. And my initial target would be the last high, which is this one. But as I see, as I broke the channel, I become overbought and I see effort was no result on top like this. I will exit my trade right away. Got it?
Yeah. Okay.
So rather than waiting for my price to reach here, what I will do, when I see this that this becomes overbought and the price has also, and I have seen the effort was no result or like no supply or no demand on the top of the bar, I will exit my trade. Okay. So sign of strength and sign of weakness give you the entry points, it gives you the direction, and it also tells you when to get out of the trade. Even before your take profit is hit. It's very important. Okay. So we finish the
Okay.
webinar right now. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.